what is my purpose in life? Now, this question is one of the most ancient, most classic questions that has been asked by so many people in their lives, right? Especially whenever they are feeling stuck, lost, challenged, or simply just wanting to find meaning and fulfillment to their own lives, isn't it? So, at some point, you probably would have this question popped into your mind, trying to question your own existence. Now, in the past, I've created a video which actually talked about what if there's really no purpose in life? And what if there is a purpose in life? And what if there's a higher purpose in life? Now, what we're trying to do here is actually trying to pin down a conclusion, trying to make an assumption of what actually is about our own life. Is there a purpose? Is there a meaning or whatsoever? Now, if we're trying to pin down a conclusion, we're just trying to box ourselves up, giving ourselves a very limited experience of our own life. But life in itself is ever expanding, is ever evolving. So it is unlimited. So why would you want to make yourself a limited experience? Right? So just live life unlimited. Okay? Don't try to make an assumption or draw a conclusion about what life is or isn't. Okay? That's the best way to look at life. Okay? And to live life as well. Now, you see, life in itself, to live life well, is actually a purpose unto itself, isn't it? Right? We need to agree that to live life well is actually not an easy thing. Okay? So over the next few days, we will be exploring different tools to actually shift our different perspective to look at this word purpose. And in today's tool, right behind me, is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So according to Abraham Maslow, a famous psychologist who created this chart, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we need to understand, based upon his own perception of human nature and human needs, it is all broken down according to this pyramid. And firstly, like I mentioned earlier, to live life well is actually not an easy thing, right? So it is a possible way to look at life that it is, to live life well could be a purpose, okay? And it's being broken down to different components of life. And you might find that your life would actually revolve around these different categories as you progress along different phases of your life. Okay, but let's begin with the most primary category below, okay, which actually occupies the most weightage of this whole pyramid. Okay, it lays the foundation, the fundamentals of living a good life. Firstly, we talk about the physiological needs. Okay, and in the physiological needs, right, we basically talk about the basic survival stuff like breathing, having enough food, having enough water, having shelter, clothing, and sleep. So you might find that people who are actually on this spectrum of life, they are just simply trying to get by, just trying to find enough means to actually get food, shelter, and simply just trying to live. Pretty much you find them actually just working day to day. They're just not, they're not inspired with life. Yeah? They're not finding a greater meaning to life. Because why? Existence is at stake. So you can't simply tell them, oh, look, you need to go and define your purpose in life. Because living to them is a purpose at this stage. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay? Now, we move on to the second category. This is where we talk about safety and security. So as a person progresses up the chart, up the ladder, they might find that, look, I've already gathered enough food, I've made enough so that I do not have to worry about not having to pay the rent or actually pay for mortgage. I have a shelter over my head. That's where I have enough clothing. I can sleep in a place where I would feel comfortable. That's why they progress up the chart of safety and security. Now it's time to protect. That is where health is at stake. I need to make sure that I have a healthy body so that I could sustain my own physiological needs. I will need to think about employment. Is this going to be a long-term or short-term kind of employment? Do I find that this is going to give me security over a long period of time? Okay. Then they will start thinking about property. Okay, is it a good time to actually buy a property, to settle down, or do I still want to rent? Okay, and then family would start coming into the mind. This is where I can feel safe to reproduce, to actually create my own lineage. And then social ability comes into the picture. That is where you will start to socialize a little bit and try to improve your social skills. Okay, now usually when people are in this mode, they might actually find that they would get trapped in this category. Hence why it's the second highest weightage within the pyramid itself. Okay, you can actually get stuck in this whole area because it is still pretty much fundamentally tied down to survival. You know, to actually have a good life, most people can get stuck at this phase. Okay, now if people successfully have all of this safety, security, and physiological needs all being accounted for, that's where they progress up the chart again. And this is where we talk about love and belonging. Now think about this. Everything that you do in your life, all of it, okay, whether you do it for somebody or whether you do it for yourself, you're just trying to get love. You're trying to get some attention. You're just wanting to belong, you see. So this sense of belonging is a very powerful one. Okay, it talks about friendship, it talks about family, it talks about intimacy and a sense of connection. Why? One of this fundamental chemical within yourself called the oxytocin, which can only be obtained through social networking, through intimacy, through relationships. That is why sense of belonging is a very powerful one. Okay, whenever you spend time with people that you love and you spend time with your friends, your family members, that gives you a good time, you will find that you're producing oxytocin. Hence why love and belonging comes into the picture once the basic survival stuff has been settled. Okay, now if you have love and belonging, you will find that I'm stable now. As a being, I'm actually stable. Okay, very stable for me to proceed upwards the ladder. So the next up there then starts coming with the self-esteem. Okay, now self-esteem come into the picture. Now since you're stable right now, I'm good to expand my wings and actually become stronger as a person. You're confident now. Now confidence comes into the picture. I need to create an image. I want to project to the world that I'm an important person. That is where confidence comes in. That is where achievement starts coming into the picture. You want respect from others. That is where your individuality starts coming into the picture. You find that as you progress up the ladder more and more, it strengthens your ego, your personality more and more. Okay? And of course, because you have all of that, isn't it? Now people love you, people create a sense of belonging for you, and you have all your social structures involved. You got your property, you got all your food, water, shelter, all accounted for. Definitely, it gives you a stable foundation to expand your wings, isn't it? Definitely. Now, if you want to progress up the chart, most people don't, just so you know, most people don't really progress up to the highest chart, which is on top, which occupies the smallest part of the pyramid. Okay? But this is where most people feel lost. If they don't progress up the chart, they will feel lost and they will not feel fulfilled with life. And this is the reality of life. Why? Because the most top part is all about self-actualization. Okay, so this is all about greater understanding. It's all about morality, creativity, spontaneity, as well as acceptance. Now, what does it actually define? It defines experience of your life. How you're gonna live your life and share your experiences with everyone. How would your experience impact other people? This is where you're not only thinking for yourself, but also for the world around you. You're also thinking of purpose now. That is where purpose starts coming in. Do you see what it actually means by living a good life right now? Then you will actually define your purpose. Then you will start thinking of the meaning to your own life. What is all this? What is all this that I'm doing all my life? I've lived like 30, 40 years right now, and I can't seem to know what I'm actually doing. This is where you start questioning the bigger questions. Then that's where you unleash your inner potential. So a lot of people go according to this route. Well, not a right or wrong thing, you see, but it really gives you a more stable foundation just to attain these two, right? Safety and security, physiological needs. So next time, whenever you're trying to ask this question, don't ask somebody, okay? Don't go and ask, you know, the mediums. Don't go and ask the oracle or tarot card readers. Don't go and ask a fortune teller. First, you need to be very clear, okay? Because you know yourselves best, okay? And through using various tools, you can actually learn more about yourself, okay? Definitely other people can assist you by providing you with tools, but nobody can actually tell you what's your purpose. Even if they do tell you what's your purpose, they are just projecting onto you because they don't know you well enough. Only you know yourself best, okay? So I hope this video has been helpful for you, and if you do learn something, please share it in the comment section. I would love to know what are they, okay? And if you are needing some help and advice, or if you find that you need some clarity and direction in life, I'm offering a free 5-day challenge where you could undergo 5 days of coaching with me, just 45 minutes each call, okay? Much love and light to you.